Shalom, shalom, Israel, Shabbat shalom, and happy feast of dedication. And we're coming back to you. I hope y'all prep well for Sabbath, man, so y'all can have y'all sandwiches or whatever y'all Battle Axe brothers and sisters that's around the globe or whatnot, man. Brother that's in the Philippines, Ray from Minnesota, Jonathan, brother name, KJV, everybody that's with the Battle Axe, or like Israel in general, or even the newcomers. Say Shabbat shalom to y'all. Happy feast of dedication. We go ahead and jump straight into this thing. Today's title will be "Remember Who You Are." Say that again. Remember who you are. I don't know if y'all know where I got the reference from. If y'all don't know, I know some of y'all probably know, but I got it from the Lion King. Mufasa, he said when he told Simba, remember who you are, because that's something that we lack as a nation of people, man. Because we think that we just niggas and like hoes or whatnot, man. But when it comes down to this Bible, we are royal priesthood, and we are a holy nation. The Most High God said we His firstborn, and so on and so forth. And we're gonna go through all these little titles that the Lord has gave us, man. So we gotta remember who we are. We gotta come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Thus saith the Lord. First precept we can go ahead and get is 1 Peter 2:9. Since I brought it up.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation. But ye are a chosen generation.
So the Lord said, hey, we are a chosen generation, man. Hey, I don't know how brothers and sisters feel about it, but hey, when it comes down to that, and the Lord said, you are a chosen generation, hey, He is heavy, man. It's like the Lord look at you on a different standpoint versus every other nation, man. But go ahead.
A royal priesthood.
What kind of priesthood?
A royal priesthood.
Hey, going back into what I was saying in the introduction and whatnot, hey, we are royal priesthood, man. So we got to start holding ourselves to that, that standard. Hey, we can't be calling each other niggas, even though we still do it, man. We know nigga just means black or a person that's ignorant, but even when it comes down to it, hey, we can call our brothers, kings, and call our sisters princesses. We ain't calling no queens because we know what a queen bee does, man. They sleep with every bee that's in a hive. But go ahead.
Unholy nation.
Or what kind of nation?
Unholy nation.
The word holy, we know it means to be separate, man. So, hey, we got to always, separate ourselves from these heathen nations, man. Even from this world. Even from our own family members and friends, man. Because, hey, if they ain't trying to keep these commandments, hey, that's why I say always to observe the time, man. Among the indiscreet, man. Constantly be around men of understanding. For godly men. But go ahead.
A peculiar people.
We don't.
That ye should show forth the praise of Him who hath called you out of darkness.
Because only one person can call us out of darkness, man. That's the Most High God. He had His Son Yahushua do the same thing, man. Because we know that Christ did the Most High God's will. But He said, hey, He called us out of darkness, and He did what?
Who hath called you out of darkness into His marvelous light.
You know what the light is, hey, twin. Noah, what's the light, man? Try you too.
Light, Proverbs 6:23.
Praise it, man. Proverbs 6:23. It's the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Hey, because even when we wear something, or we keep like a little commandment, like wearing fringes, man, that's a light that's upon us, man. Because everybody, they be like, hey, what's some things at the bottom of your shirt? Hey, that's your light showing forth among all these nations, man. But go ahead.
Verse 10. Which in time past were not a people.
We're not a what?
We're not a people.
Because in times past, and even now, we still not a people. We're not the people that we once was, man. Versus now, we're not. We still trying to get back into that, man. But go ahead.
But are now the people of God.
But now what?
But are now the people of God.
So even when us coming into this truth, hey, now we're the people of God, man, because we know what's required of us or whatnot, man. The Lord said, hey, keep these commandments and live. Hey, and then we're gonna do it. Hey, that's the Lord giving a sign right now. But go ahead.
Which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy.
Because, hey, we want to obtain the mercy, like, in this captivity, and like even from the beginning or whatnot, man. Hey, we ain't obtaining no type of mercy because we keep on going against our God. But hey, once we start keeping these commandments, hey, the Lord have all type of mercy on them. And then even to a degree, even when we doing wicked, the Lord still has some type of mercy for you. Because He like, nah, Negro, you're gonna keep these commandments, man. It's like, look at his brother name, not Joshua, but Jonah. Look at Jonah, man. Hey, Jonah was trying to run from the Most High God. But hey, the Most High God said, hey, you gonna serve me, man, whether you like it or not. But hey, and he did it in the end of it. Well, let's go ahead and go to the next precept. We're gonna get Exodus 4 and 22. Because I had categorized it going into like the firstborn and the children of God. We gotta remember that, hey, we his children, man. Especially when you're keeping his commandments.
Book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 22. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus said the Lord.
Thus said who?
Thus said the Lord. Israel is my son.
Israel is my what?
Israel is my son.
So, this is the Most High God and Moses having a conversation. And, Moses at first, he was like, damn, I don't even know what to say, man. Hey, but then, the Most High God, he had to check. He was like, hey, didn't I make man's mouth? And you're going to tell Pharaoh, hey, Israel is my son, man, my first son. But go ahead. Well, my firstborn, Shalak. But go ahead.
Even my firstborn.
Even my what?
Even my firstborn.
So again, even going back to like how 1 Peter 2 and 9 say, man, that we are royal priesthood. He even said we his first, children or whatnot, or his first son, should I say, or firstborn. But go ahead.
Verse 23. And I say unto thee, let my son go.
Let do what?
Let my son go.
He said, hey, let my son go. But go ahead.
That he may serve me. And if thou refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay thy son, even thy firstborn.
Even thy what?
Even thy firstborn.
So, hey, the Most High God said, hey, if Pharaoh don't let my people go, then tell him this. If you don't let him go, then I'm going to slay your firstborn, man. And sure enough, when you keep on reading in the story, he did just that, man. Because, hey, he was over here, basically had Pharaoh in a strong delusion. You're like, okay, I'm going to let him go. Now I'm gonna bring it back. Now I'm gonna let him go. Then I'm gonna bring it back. Hey, because the Most High God was showing like, hey, I'm the one that's in the power of all of this, man. But that's that Proverbs 21 and 1 all day. But go ahead. Yes, sir.
Verse 24. And it came to pass by the way in the end that the Lord met him and sought to kill him.
And what?
And sought to kill him.
So hey, Most High God, he ain't no joke, especially when you playing with his children. But let's go ahead and go to Amos 3 and 2.
The book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 2.
You started
verse 1. Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Hey, so the Most High God throughout the whole Bible, he's only talking to Israel. He'll give a prophecy about what he's gonna do to these other nations. But hey, concerning like what he wants you to do as a nation of people, he's talking to you, man. He wants you to hear this. But go ahead.
Against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
Because hey, the Most High God, he only brought one nation of people out of the land of Egypt, man. And that's the Israelites today. But go ahead.
Saying, you only have I known.
You what?
You only have I known.
The Lord said, hey, out of everybody, you the only people that I know, man. Yes, I made everybody, but as for y'all, man, y'all the only ones that I know. But go ahead.
Of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
For all your what?
For all your iniquities.
So hey, because he knows us, because he got that love for us, just know he gonna punish you too, man. Because even like how we always bring out the example of like a son, a daddy and a son or whatnot. Hey, whenever your son go off and he do something, hey, do you punish him because you hate him, or do you punish him because you love him? Right? Hey, that's the same way with the Most High God. It's because you love him. But go ahead.
Verse 3.
No, that's all right. Go ahead, go to John 10 and 27.
The book of St. John, chapter 10, verse 27.
Hey, because they hit the same as verse or whatnot, or precept hey, it talk about the dedication, man. So yeah, you know, the scriptures always lined up, or like half the class go, it's always gonna line up, man. But let's go ahead and get 27.
Book of St. John, chapter 10, verse 27. My sheep hear my voice.
My who?
My sheep hear my voice.
So hey, we know that everybody in Israel ain't a sheep. Ain't a sheep, man. Because we know that he said all Israel ain't Israel, man. But he said, my sheep, they gonna hear my voice. But go ahead.
And I know them.
And I what?
And I know them. And they follow me.
And they what?
And they follow me.
So hey, everyone that's in this room, hey, they following the Most High God. Everybody that's tuning in to these classes, for the most part, hey, they following the Most High God, man. So hey, obviously we them sheep, man. But go ahead.
Verse 28. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish.
They shall what?
And they shall never perish.
So hey, even going back to 27, it say, hey, if you hear my voice and you follow me, you'll get eternal life, man. That is simple, man. But go ahead.
Neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand.
Because hey, the Lord said, hey, whoever I wake up, hey, best believe that they gonna stay woke. That's you know, they start going back into their father or whatnot, man. Hey, he said no man can pluck y'all out of my hand, man. But go ahead.
Verse 29. My Father which gave them me is greater than all.
It's greater than what?
Is greater than all.
Because hey, we gotta remember that the Most High God, he's the creator, man. So of course he's greater than all, man. He ain't got no age limit on his age, man. Like he is time or whatnot, man. But go ahead.
And no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand.
Hey, so he reiterated it, man. But go ahead.
Verse 30, I and my Father are one.
Hey, that goes into that, you know, that Trinity doctrine and whatnot. But hey, when it comes down to it, we know that they are one accord, man. We ain't gotta go too far into it, but you know. But let's go ahead and go to the next topic. We're gonna get anointed. Who's the anointed? Go ahead.
I just want to get someone that sheep, man, because not everybody is a sheep. Because guess what? You're gonna have Christians say, guess what? Oh, I'm one of the sheep in the Lord's pastures. Or guess what? You're gonna have Esau trying to grab themselves in. You're gonna always have these people. That's why we always gonna fight on multiple fronts. So we're gonna go to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 17. And it's just a precept that brothers can write right there to show you who the sheep are too. Because when the Lord say come, you come for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. We gotta know who that sheep is. We know who it is.
I see flock, sheep, kind of.
Yeah, because it's the same thing. Flock, sheep, herd is all the same thing. He's just saying that sit with people.
So even like
Yeah.
What was that? 5 and 2, Deuteronomy 28 and 18, Ecclesiastes 34 and
Yeah. All of them. When you get there, go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 17.
Bring it up.
Israel is a scattered sheep.
Read that again.
Israel is a scattered sheep.
So guess what? It's literally telling you who the scattered sheep is. It said Israel is that scattered sheep, man. So guess what? With that coming with it, guess what? If he say his flock is gone, that's a part of the sheep, man. If one is scattered or if one is lost, man, that's a part of the sheep. Like when the Lord said in Matthew 15 and 24, he said, I come for the lost sheep. That's what he's talking about. Israel being lost, right? But read on now.
The lions have driven him away.
Guess what? All these other nations have driven us away from our God, man. They took us away from who we were. That's what the title of the class is. Remember who we are. But guess what? We don't remember because guess what? We got scattered by our damn oppressors, man. Guess what? The Lord sent the word, and guess what? They executed this thing, right? Read on.
First, the king of Assyria
Read.
had devoured him. And last, this Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had broken his bones.
Yeah, because that's just a little history on it. He's showing the first people who broke us down like that, kind of took our temple away. Guess what? We even know about rededicating our temple now because the Feast of Dedication, man. It all lines up. And you know, we already know what the king of Babylon did to us when he came over. Guess what? Hezekiah showed him the way, and guess what? Hey, he paved the way for a good long time of slavery, man. That's it on that. Go ahead.
Because even like precept we was bringing out where Wednesday class was not about Raven Wood. That was a true statement because that Raven Woods, it goes into our people, but on the other aspect, it can also go into these other nations, man. And like how we was breaking it down about the trees and whatnot. You got the good fruit, you got the bad fruit, you got the good trees and the evil trees, shall I say. And we know the evil trees goes into like the other nations on that other aspect, and then we know the good trees, obviously, Israel. Right? But let's go ahead and go to Leviticus chapter 7, verse 35.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 7, verse 35. This is the portion of the anointing of Aaron and of the anointing of his son. Of his sons.
So we know Aaron and we know his sons was obviously Israelites, man. So hey, he anointed them, but read on.
Out of the offerings of the Lord made by fire.
Made by what?
Made by fire. In the day when he presented them to minister unto the Lord in the priest's office.
Hey, because like even when it comes down to the priest's office, you know, the Levitical priesthood, hey, they had a big job to do, man. But you know, over time, the Most High God, he had things set up in the way he wanted to set it up. But go ahead.
Verse 36, which the Lord commanded to be given them of the children of Israel.
Of who?
Of the children of Israel. In the day that he anointed them.
He did what?
In the day that he anointed them.
So hey, he anointed Israel, man. So hey, it's like it's really no getting around that because every little key word, whether it be servant, whether it be neck, whether it be firstborn, and so on and so forth, it's always gonna have Israel either at the top of that mud, at the bottom of it, or in the same self-sentence. But go ahead.
So like in the day that he anointed them by a statute forever.
For how long?
Forever. Throughout their generation.
They said throughout their generation. So as long as we generate, we always gonna be the Lord's anointed, man. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get Psalms 105 and 15. Okay, this class also is gonna give brothers and sisters up on their precept game too, man.
The book of Psalms, chapter 105, verse 15. Saying, touch not mine anointed.
Do what?
Touch not mine anointed.
Because hey, King David knew who the anointed was, man. That's why, like, even with Saul, whenever Saul was out to kill him, it was 2 times where David could have got him. But he remembered this precept right here. He was like, hey, touch not my anointed, man. Because hey, you touch the Most High God's anointed, hey, he'll do harm to you, man. But go ahead.
Saying, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm.
Because hey, who got a precept for prophets? Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Let's get Amos 2 in the list.
The book of Amos, chapter 2, verse 11. And I raised up of your sons for prophets.
For what?
For prophets.
We don't.
And of your young men for Nazarites.
Because who's all the ones that can be like a Nazarite? Like in context, we know who this is talking about. It's talking about Israel, but let's read on.
And of your young men for Nazarites. Is it not even thus, O ye children of Israel?
Who?
O ye children of Israel, saith the Lord.
Said who?
Saith the Lord.
So, hey, man, I got a precept for prophet, man, so y'all can add on to that, man. But let's go ahead and go back. Well,
that precept was Psalms 105, 15.
Yeah, like the word prophet, you at the top of you write Amos 2 in there. Well, we got some more prophet precepts. So let's get 1 Samuel chapter 9, verse 6. Because that's something else we also got to remember, man. We are prophets, man. We consider ourselves to be teachers, hey, or seers, or whatever the case may be. Hey, we are prophets, man. Oh, 1 Samuel. Yeah.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 9, verse 6. And he said unto him, behold, now there is in this city a man of God, and he is an honorable man. All that he said cometh surely to pass.
I mean, what?
Cometh surely to pass.
Because that's even in the law. Hey, like if a brother is like prophesying and whatnot, and that thing comes to pass, you believe him. But on the flip side of it, hey, if he talking about all this jibber jabber, hey, and it don't come to pass, you say believe him not. That prophet shall die, man, because he's prophesying lies in the Most High God's name. But go ahead.
All that he said cometh surely to pass. Now let us go thither. Peradventure, he can show us our way. He can show us our way.
Because hey, this is Saul and Samuel, whatnot. They they going to see that seed. But go ahead.
That we should go. Then said Saul to his servant, but behold, if we go, what shall we bring to the man? What shall we bring the man? For the bread is spent in our vessels, and there is not a present to bring to the man of God. What have we?
What have what?
What have we? And the servant answered Saul again and said, behold, I have here at hand the fourth part of a shekel of silver that I will give to the man of God.
Because they trying to figure out, hey, what should I give this seed or whatnot, man? Because it's gonna let you know, but what shall I give this person, man? Because hey, he over here prophesying the Most High God's name. These things are surely coming to pass. So I gotta come to him with something. But go ahead.
To tell us our way.
To do what?
To tell us our way. Verse 9. Before time in Israel, when that man went to inquire of God, thus he spake, come and let us go to the seer. For he that now is called a prophet was before time called a seer.
Called a what?
Called a seer.
And the reason he was called a seer, let's go ahead and get there. Habakkuk 2:2. Because hey, to be a prophet or to be like a seer or whatever the case may be, hey, you got to be able to paint a picture, man. Like you got to make it relatable, man. Because that's what we do out on the streets. Whenever we out there teaching and prophesying, we always got to paint the picture. We got to make our people feel that thing, man. Because it's not that we telling our own vain opinion. We telling thus said the Lord. Like, our people always require a sign, so they want to see some type of picture, man. That's why I call it a seed. But go ahead.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision.
Write what?
Write the vision. And make it plain upon tables.
Because even on the other aspect of it, he's talking about the 12 tribes chart. That's a topic for another time. But go ahead.
Make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth.
That he may what?
That he may run that readeth. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. But at the end it shall speak and not lie.
And what?
And not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it.
What?
Wait for it. Because it will surely come and it will not tarry.
Because even going back into it, man, if that man is a man of the Lord, again, he prophesying, best believe the Most High God, he spoke it, and he's telling that he putting his words in that serious mouth or that prophet's mouth. Hey, it's gonna come to pass, man. Though it tarry, wait for it, man. It's like how we always telling our people, man. Hey, don't go, don't start going, being tossed to and fro, man, just because it's like, man, it's taking too long. But hey, the Most High God's time and our time is totally different, man. Because hey, we see how the Most High God got the time going, man. Hey, just 2 days ago, it was November, man. We damn near finna be in they so-called New Year's, man. But go ahead. No, that's it, that's all right. Next precept we're gonna get is Isaiah 41:8. So what we covered so far is the firstborn or the children of God, the anointed, the prophets. That we finna, touch on the service, man. Because these are things that we always gotta remember.
What was that, Habakkuk?
Habakkuk 2:2.
41:8.
Yeah.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 8.
Bring it up.
But thou, Israel, art my servant.
On my what?
Art my servant.
So, hey, remember how I was telling you, man, it may say it in the same sentence at the top or at the bottom. Hey, he started out with that word, man. But go ahead.
Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend.
My who?
My friend.
Because, hey, that's everything too, man. For the Lord to call you his friend, man, he can call you his enemy. But instead, he like, y'all my friends, man. Especially if y'all keep my commandments, man. Mainly if y'all keep my commandments or whatnot, man. Because even we know how the story went with the brother that came in without a wedding garment. Hey, he called him a friend, but he cast him into outer darkness too, man, because he came in that mud without a wedding garment. And he had specific instructions. He was like, hey, everybody come in this mud with a wedding garment. If you don't, you'll get cast into outer darkness, man. That's why he got bound hand and foot, man. But go ahead and get another precept. Let's get Isaiah 45:4.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 4. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect.
Mine who?
Mine elect.
So hey, in this one, you got the servant and the elect, the same subsidies. But go ahead.
I have even called thee by thy name.
Hey, you've got the word called, man. But go ahead.
I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me.
Hey, the Lord said, hey, even though y'all don't know me, hey, just know that I've named y'all, and I know y'all, man. Y'all my servants. But next precept we're gonna get is Leviticus 25:55. Yeah, I probably didn't say in the beginning of the class, but probably ain't gonna be too long of a class. You know, it's dedication. I know brothers probably gonna kick it for a little bit. So you know how that goes. Like even what's happening after, like how we had like about probably an hour 30 class, if even that. An hour, hey. So, you know, that's how it goes, man, because you know, we always bring out the Most High God's word first, but hey, at the same time, we don't want to like over expound when it comes down to his feast days, because we want, hey, everybody, praise the Most High God during that feast day, man. That's why he gave us these feast days. For like the times that we be going through hardship, he got us these feast days where hey, we can keep back and relax, man. Like hey, the work still must be done, nevertheless. But go ahead. This is what? 25:55.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 25, verse 55. For unto me, the children of Israel are servants.
What?
Are servants.
So, hey, that's even in the law, man. But go ahead.
They are my servants, whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God.
So, hey, I got about, 3 precepts on firstborn, 3 precepts on anointing, 2 precepts, really 3 precepts on prophets, 3 precepts on servants. Now we're finna go on to the next topic, man. So hey, next time, Captain's ass y'all some questions, man. Y'all got them. Hey, that's better, man. But next precept we're gonna go ahead and get Jeremiah 16:16. Because this is another thing that we can't forget that we are. We're fishers. Not any type of fishes, but we're gonna find out what type of fishes we are. Well, in the next precept.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishes, said the Lord.
Said who?
Said the Lord. And they shall fish them.
And they shall what?
And they shall fish them.
So this is going into like, it's basically like a little curveball or whatnot, if you want to say it like this. It says, hey, I'm going to send, many fishes, man. We're going to be out there, fishing for our people's souls, man, because, we are commanded to do so. And we're going to fish. And we may, get 1 fish that one day, may get 1,000 the next week. And we may not get none, man. But nevertheless, we still cast our net out there to fish for these people, man. Or our brothers and sisters. But go ahead.
And after I will send for many hunters.
Hey, that's another thing. Hey, we are also hunters, man, in that appointed time. But go ahead.
And they shall hunt them from every mountain.
From everywhere.
From every mountain. And from every hill. And out of the holes of the rocks.
So, this goes twofold. You can go to like, hunting our own brothers and sisters because they didn't want to keep the commandments. Hey, if Christ say, hey, slay that brother, hey, even if it's your mom or your daddy, hey, you got to do it, man. Otherwise, he's going to slay you. And on the flip side, it's going into like, Esau, how they got these, these bunkers and so on and so forth, man. But they got these underground communities and stuff. Hey, we're going to be hunting them, man. We're going to be digging the dirt and, the rocks and stuff up. And we're going to be taking them out and, ripping them apart. But go ahead.
Verse 17. For mine eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face.
So, hey, That's just on a logical sense, man. The Creator made everything, man. And he gave y'all the brains or whatnot because he made y'all wiser than Daniel. But at the same time, how y'all gonna run from him, man? He know the blueprint of how the earth was made, man. Or how he made it, man. He spoke it and Christ did it. So it ain't no getting around it. But go ahead.
Neither is there iniquity hid from mine eyes.
Hey, he ain't gonna forget that sin either, man. Because hey, like we always bring up the reference, me and Don, hey, crossroads, man. That's the perfect example. Hey, what you gonna do when there ain't nowhere to run? What you gonna do when ain't nowhere to hide, man? Because judgment's gonna come for you. Right? That's plain and simple. But go ahead.
Verse 18. And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double.
And their sin what?
And their sin double.
Hey, man, so you're gonna get double that portion, man. But go ahead.
Because they have defiled my land. They have filled my inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things.
So, again, going into context, man, hey, we know that Esau done some wicked things, man. They had some detestable and abominable things, man, that you got our people killing themselves, man. Or like, honing themselves out or whatever the case may be. Most of our guys say, hey, I got this mud right now, but best believe my people, they got next, man. Y'all gonna have to pay for all that stuff, man. Y'all gonna have to rebuild, our cities. Well, not our cities, but like, our nation, man, our kingdom. But go ahead.
Verse 19. O Lord, my strength and my fortress.
My what?
My strength and my fortress.
Because, hey, this one even in the class, but, hey, we got to remember the Lord is our strength, man. But when we are weak, hey, we are strong, man, because we got him. But go ahead.
O Lord, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction.
The day of what?
In the day of affliction.
So, hey, when our hell is breaking loose, man, hey, we always got the Most High God to count on. Because, hey, he going to deliver us out of all these things, especially if y'all, kept these commandments, man. And he know that y'all was keeping them to the best of y'all ability. Hey, I ain't got nothing to worry about, but go ahead.
The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies.
They have what?
Have inherited lies.
So, hey, all these heathen nations, hey, they gonna come to us. They gonna be like, they basically gonna cleave into us. They gonna be like, man, our brothers, hey, our people, hey, we inherited lies, man. We thought Christ was white, man. Or we thought Christ was Middle Eastern, or whatever the case may be. We thought we was gonna rule forever. Hey, that. Because, hey, every great kingdom always failed, man. You think America's not gonna fall, man? We already had World War I that shook them up. And you had World War II that, they had shook up the other nations and whatnot. But, hey, they think they untouchable. But then when we go to the Vietnam War, yeah, they got their ass ate up by them Vietnamese, man. World War III, hey, that's, nuclear fallout all day, man. And then, Christ gonna bring them to the Valley of Jehoshaphat, man. And he gonna plead with him. And he ain't pleading like, hey, man, stop doing my people like this. Nah, he knocking heads off, man. Hey, all people too, man. We want to get caught up in that crossfire. Because he said, hey, no hands on their hands, the wicked will not go unpunished, man. So they go for our people and, they people, man. Because, Martin Luther King, he tried to, put us together, but it didn't work. Because even him, before he died, he said, hey, he didn't say it exactly like that, but he said, hey, surely our fathers have inherited lives, man. He said, hey, I'm going to lead my people into a burning building, man. But go ahead.
That's right, man, because you got to even think about it, man. When they said our fathers, guess what? They were just thinking about their earthly fathers, their father, their great-grandparents, man. They weren't thinking about they biblical fathers, man. They forefathers in the Bible, right? We know our forefathers were never told no lies from the beginning. But guess what? Your grandpa always told you, man, guess what? You're going to get your credit right, get you some land, get you some of this. Man, the white man going to get you. But you do got to do this, this, and this, and this. You got it. Guess what? That's vain, man. Like I said, it's vanity. Guess what? If I'm promised the kingdom, why am I worried about my credit score being an 850? Man? Guess what? If I'm promised everything, why am I worried about that, man? Guess what? You got to have that in this land and suffice. Yeah, that's cool. But guess what? The Lord said you got all of this. So instead of listening to our fathers, guess what? It's okay. Obey your parents, man. Obey your fathers. But guess what? We should be following our forefathers, man. They told you, hey, the Lord said he's going to give you the land flow with milk and honey, man. That's the thing we got to remember. Like how the class is. Remember who you are. You're not just, your last name just not Johnson. You're not just some nigga. You're not just some female that came up from the slums or ghettos, man. You're just not some random dude, man. You a king on this earth, man. You a princess on this earth. You got to remember, guess what? Your godlyship, like I read in the first precept, 1 Peter 2:9, remember that you are a chosen generation, man. And all these things for you, man. That's it, huh?
man, because that's a true statement, man. That's why the Most High God said in His law, He's like, "Hey, ask thy fathers, and they shall tell thee, or they shall show thee, and then ask thy elders, and they will tell thee, man." Because hey, they had to tell you the honest God truth, man. Otherwise, they were being put to death, man. Because hey, that's a commandment. Thou shalt not lie, man. But you know, over time, hey, he was multiplied in the earth. Now, hey, even granddad or grandmama is over here lying to you, man. Talking about, hey, if you eat this pork, you'll be okay, man. Hey, all you gotta do is pray over. Not knowing that, hey, future references, like whenever you get, if you do make it past 50 or 40, you're gonna have high blood pressure and high cholesterol. I say cholesterol or gout, man. Cause hey, that pork, hey, ain't nothing to play with, man. Sure, boy. Hey, along with everything else that our people, you know, is at a high rate in, man, like diabetes, we eat too much sugar, salt, hey, kidney stone, because you drink too many sodas, don't drink no water, and so on and so forth, man. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. We're gonna get Matthew chapter 4, verse 18. It's always a classic precept, man. Because Christ told them, hey, this what type of fish is y'all on, man. Go ahead.
Y'all can put this precept out in Jeremiah 16:16. The Matthew 4 and 18 we're going to go to, y'all can precept that with that.
Yeah.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 4, verse 18. In Yahushua, walking by the Sea of Galilee, saw two brethren, Simon called Peter, and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers.
They were what?
For they were fishers.
So hey, we know Andrew and Simon Peter. Hey, they were actually fishers, man. They were fishing for real fish, man, to eat. But go ahead.
And he said unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men.
He'll make what?
I will make you fishers of men.
So they doing the physical or the carnal aspect of it. But hey, Christ said, hey man, I want to learn the spiritual aspect of it. I want to make y'all fishers of men. Y'all don't even know. But go ahead.
And they straightway left their nets and followed him.
Hey man, that's some top-notch faith right there. I'm talking about, hey, Christ just come up and be like, hey man, I'm gonna make y'all fishers of men. Hey, they straightway left their nets and followed him, man. Hey, they dropped everything, came quick, because Craig in trouble, man. But go ahead.
Verse 19, or verse 21. And going on from thence, he saw other two brethren, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, in a ship with Zebedee their father, mending their nets. And he called them.
He did what?
And he called them.
Because hey, they were doing the same thing. They was on the ship. But go ahead.
And they immediately left the ship and their father and followed him.
Man, they did the exact same thing, man. Hey, that's why I say, my sheep hear my voice, man. But go ahead.
Verse 23. And Yahushua went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom.
What's the gospel?
That's Luke 4, 18.
That's great. Go ahead.
I got another one too, I think.
Isaiah 61.
No.
And preaching the gospel of the kingdom and healing all manner of sickness and all manner of disease among the people.
Because hey, that's the same exact thing that we be doing to this day, man. Like it ain't like to the point where hey they doing like miracles where they turn the water into wine and all that. But at the same time, hey, we are like healing the broken heart in the city that's among us, man, with these precepts, man. Because hey, we know the word is better than any type of medicine that's out here, man. And they healing these people. They doing the same thing here. But go ahead.
I mean, bro, y'all even look at this thing, man. Because the first thing when he came, he went up to two people, two brothers. He brought them. He said, hey, come on, y'all come follow me. I'm going to get y'all in the truth. Guess what? Then he said, matter of fact, while we on the way, there's two more brothers. Let me come get them. And guess what? They left and came to the truth too. Guess what? Then after that, now he got the foe. Now he's still going on pushing this truth. Man, that's just how we came into this truth, man. Guess what? Our captains, man. Guess what? One captain came into the truth. And that captain brought two more captains in the truth. And that captain brought another captain in the truth. And guess what? All four of these captains brought all of us in the truth. We know ultimately it was the Most High God, but look how that thing go, man. Guess what? The Lord will use anybody, man. Guess what? The Lord will use anybody to get his goal accomplished, man. But we done seen a lot of brothers and sisters, guess what? Get pulled into the truth by other brothers and sisters. And guess what? Them brothers is not even in the truth no more. Right. Guess what? He'll make you a fisher. But guess what? If you fishing for the wrong reason, guess what? If you're not fishing and doing how he wants you to do it, you straight away take you out, man. And even how I was saying, man, how we healing people nowadays, man. Just think about yourselves, man. Think about how dirty and nasty y'all was, man. I know I was filthy, man. Guess what? I might not have looked at it on the outside, but I was messed up on the inside. Guess what? I always made an excuse. Oh, it's because of my granny that died. Man, my granny died years ago, man. That still should bother me, man. Guess what? Oh, man, it's because of my partner. It's because of my home. It's because of this girl I broke up with in the 4th grade. Man, that's some sick stuff, man. Guess what? You still worried about this, something small. And guess what? You dogging out females in your 20s, your 30s, 40 years old, man. And guess what? You don't know not a lick of the Bible. That's how we literally healing these people today, man. Showing you who you are, remembering who you are. Because without these things, man, hey, we just blind people, man. What they call it, brute beast, man. That's it. But that's it. I'll go ahead.
It's like every time, like we just look at the aspect of like, most I got, cause like when I first got to the truth versus now, hey, it wasn't that many people that was like, really knowing about the truth. But like, as time progressed, everybody like, hey, you an Israelite? Hey, you from the tribe of Judah? Hey, man, I heard about those things that's on your shirt or whatnot. Or you'd be like, hey, so the black people, the real Israelites? And I'll be, I have to add, the Hispanics and the red too, man. I always got to add that in there. But hey, that's how we know that this word, hey, it's true, man. Most I got, he really waking these people up. He multiplied the things, just like how it is on the smaller aspect in here. But then, hey, now it's being prophesied, man. He said that, hey, this word is gonna come out, man. Because we got rappers, we got entertainers, we got all type of people that's talking about this thing. Yeah, they may joke around, or they may talk about it for a while, and then they, go on about their business. But hey, that seed is being planted, man. Because a whole lot of people, they watch basketball, and they see what Kyrie Irving had to go through, man. So hey.
All they had to do was just cast a bigger net. That's right. All they did is cast a big net, and then the Lord let it happen, man. That's it, man. I always think about it, man. The Lord always gave us something. He said he make y'all fishers of men. He didn't say how big your net was going to be. Right. Guess what? You might only be able to bring one person in the truth while this is your life. Guess what? Another brother might bring 10. Another brother might bring 20. I bet Kyrie probably brought the thousands of Israelites into this truth. Right. Guess what? You never know your lot, but guess what? Whenever the Lord give you, you got to do it, man. Like I brought out with the talents, man. In a couple classes before, man, that's your talent, that's your lot. You got to do that, man. You got to. Even about the feast of dedication, rededicating your temple. You don't know how big your temple is, but you better rededicate that mud to the Lord, man. That's it. All right, go ahead.
Even like how we got the parable about, refilling the bottles with the wine or whatnot. Hey, if you got trying to put that old wine in, or that new wine in the bottles, hey, that bottle is gonna burst, man. It's like, hey, you ain't trying to do thus said the Lord, man. You trying to hold on to certain things, man. Like even with them brothers that's trying to celebrate Thanksgiving, man. Hey, and any second, the Most High God, he could put like even a stronger delusion on them. He can make them brothers homosexual, man. But they over here doing all these things in vain, man. But let's go ahead and get the next precept. We're gonna get Mark chapter 1, verse 17. Because this is y'all can also precept this too. It's like the same story, but like a different account. Like this Mark, sounds start at 16.
The book of St. Mark, chapter 1, verse 16. Now as he walked by the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and Andrew, his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And Yahushua said unto them, come ye after me, and I will make you to become fishers of men. And straightway they forsook their nets.
They did what?
They forsook their nets.
So on one it said they left their nets, and this one they forsook their nets. But go ahead.
And followed him. And when he had gone a little further thence, he saw James, the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, who also were in the ship mending their nets. And straightway he called them. And they left their father Zebedee in the ship with the hired servants and went after him.
Hey, it's the same account, but hey, that's also another precept for you. We always gotta have 2 or 3 witnesses. But the last little spiel on this is gonna be, you know, us being a wise, understanding people, you know, or like, you know, the kingdom and going into like how we're gonna be in leadership and all these things. Well, first precept we're gonna get is Isaiah 2, verse 1.
Shoot, brothers, if y'all thinking, man, another precept to go with that. Guess what? Matthew 22:9. Going to the highways and byways, as many as he found, and bid them to the marriage. That's it, man. That's another one you can put with that thing, man. Because guess what? That's what they was doing. That's what they was doing before they started doing it.
Right. I got it by Jeremiah.
Yeah, 16. Yeah, that's it. Now you can kind of link them all up like that. That's how you precept your Bible, man.
Even with another precept, like how Paul said, hey, I planted, Apollos water, but God gave the increase. Hey, you got to think about on the aspect of how fishes work. Hey, each fish got a different, like, you know, job that they got to do. But then when it comes down to it, hey, they gonna get that fish, man, in the end. You know, sometimes they might not get nothing, but they still got different administrations. But hey, just know on that spiritual aspect, that seed is being planted.
What about Matthew 4:19?
That's what we just read.
Okay.
Yeah. Matthew 4:19, that Mark 1:16 we just read, Jeremiah 16:16. Yeah, they are the same thing. Which one?
Isaiah 2:1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 2, verse 1. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amoz, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem.
Or Amos.
And, verse 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord, that the mountain of the Lord's house.
So, hey, we know what the mountains are. I know what the mountains do. I know what that signifies.
That's a nation. No, it's a government. A nation.
Yeah. Well, read that again. The last part.
And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house.
So who's that talking about? That's talking about the other nations. They're talking about Israel.
Talking about Israel.
I praise God. Yeah, in Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's talking about the, you know, the Lord's mountain, man, because it's going to be like a hierarchy. But go ahead.
Shall be established in the top of the mountain.
So what mountain is that talking about? What mountain is talking about? It's talking about the other nations. You know, because they're going to be below us. Well, go ahead.
And shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
It shall what?
Shall flow unto it.
Because even the hills is also going to the same thing, going to other nations. But nevertheless, all the nations, they're going to flow into us, man. Because they know that we're going to get that wise and understanding people. Because you got to think about it. All these nations, hey, we got all these wars and stuff going on. Hey, they hate that stuff too, man. So they want somebody that's at the top that's going, you know, actually rule this place, you know, right, man. Because hey, they get tired of the so-called white men. That's why they all finna gang up and destroy this dude, right? Hey, you know, through the power of the Most High God, of course. But go ahead.
Verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord.
So, hey, just like how we supposed to be serving the Most High God with joyful and gladness of heart, hey, they're going to be serving us with joyful and gladness of heart. But go ahead.
To the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways.
So, hey, we're going to be teaching them, but like, you know, right now, they don't really too much care about the law, statutes, and commandments. But in that day, hey, they going to cleave, man. That's why Isaiah 14:1 say what it say, man. You know, 2 through 3. But go ahead.
And we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law.
So, hey, they going to be everything that we doing, all the way to us not eating pork, to not wearing fringes, to you know, everything else that we do as a nation of people. They going to have to. Otherwise, they're going to, hey, they ain't going to get down, they're going to lay down.
Guess what? Keep the feast of dedication.
Hey,
You're going to have to keep.
Ain't going to be no more Christmas, Halloween, birthdays, none of that, man. They're going to be doing everything that we do.
Guess what, Ham? You don't come dirty to my dedication.
Hey, put some
Send you home. Go take a bath and then come back up there.
You know, take away them funky ass spices that y'all be having.
Ain't none of them cook for me.
Esau, you know, you're going to serve me for 1,000 years and you're going to die. But go ahead.
For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
From what?
And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
He says, hey, from out of Zion, you're going to bring forth the law, man. Because we know, like, the man is keeping the law, and he ain't under the law. But they got a whole lot of law keeping to do. Because, you know, we're going to obviously already have it written in our minds, you know, to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. But go ahead.
Verse 4, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people.
We shall do what?
And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people.
Because, hey, this is another judge precept, man. But this, you know, it's more so a future prophecy. And we're going to be judging the nations, man. Those we. Say, hey, he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people. And we're gonna be correcting them, man. Be like, I put that damn rat down. I'm talking to Moab, but go ahead.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks.
So hey, they swords was gonna be plowshares, man, because they gonna be servants and handmaids. But go ahead.
Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Neither shall they learn war anymore.
Just like how we were just talking about that, they ain't gonna learn war no more. Everybody gonna be at peace, man. And you gonna have them that probably try you or whatnot, but hey, they gonna die too if they keep playing.
Hey man, on another fold, this shows you that guess what, the so-called Esau, Edomites, or guess what, even the fake Jews over there in our land, guess what, it ain't the end yet. Because guess what, they law ain't the one that stand above all. Guess what, all nations are still fighting. Guess what, they don't got everybody that's following unto them. So guess what, that's one thing that you keep pulling out of certain things of how, guess what, they not the real Jews.
Right.
Guess what, for one, that land is really not their land. And for two, or for three, really, guess what, the people who are in rulership right now, they really don't got no true dictation to this thing, man. These are things that kind of fight on multiple fronts with these things when you start seeing that stuff like that.
You add on to that, like, when we be back in rulership, we gonna have like a just balance, man. We ain't finna just be to the point where like we just gonna be like Esau, man, doing any and everything that we want to do. We're gonna have some type of because we're gonna be going based off our laws, man. Now, I ain't saying like as far as like rulership and all that. Yeah, we still gonna rule their with rigor and all that. But as far as like just fucking with them for no reason and doing all the abominable things that Esau do, man, we ain't finna be doing all that.
Because guess what? Who we gonna have at that time, man? We gonna have Christ at that time, right? Christ gonna rule everything. Guess what? He gonna tell you how to whoop them. Right. Guess what? Don't whoop them too hard on this side, or I ain't gonna pick enough today. Right. Guess what? He gonna tell you how to rule all these people, man. Guess what? We gonna have Christ at that time, man. Christ gonna lay the order, man. That's that law that was coming out of Zion, man. That's that mountain that's gonna stand above at the end of the day, man. We gotta look at these things, man. Go ahead, all right.
Well, let's go ahead and go to the next precept. We're gonna get Revelations 21 and 26. This is a precept y'all can precept with that, because y'all gonna see it again. Like you can precept them with verse 3. Y'all gonna see why.
That Isaiah, what we just read, 2 and 3, you can precept that with Revelation. There's a question.
Revelation 21 and 26 with Isaiah 2 and 3. I mean, you can put it with 1 and 2 and 1, but you can start at 3. As long as y'all remember what
look at it. I can read it. I ain't got that big.
Oh, this one we got the Dead Sea Scrolls, Revelation. But this is the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 26. And they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. So, like, that glory and that honor is going into like all they belong. They always gonna be flowing into it, man. Like every given day, they're gonna be giving they first, man. It's like how we're supposed to be giving our first to the Most High God, they're gonna be giving us their first, man. But and it says, and there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth, neither whatsoever worketh abomination, or make it a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life, man. So like even when it comes down to it, all them they ain't finna be trying to give us no pork and all them all them type of things, man. They're gonna be giving exactly what the Most High God told them to give, man, which is their first, man. That's in righteousness though, not the abominable thing. But matter of fact, you can jump up to 24. Yeah. Verse 24. And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it. So we know in that day, them nations, they're gonna be saved, but they're gonna be, under us, of course, man. They're gonna be servants and handmaids. They ain't gonna be saved like the Israelites. They ain't gonna be in rulership with us.
They just saved from death from Christ at that time. That's it.
That's it.
The one thing they saved from.
All right. It says, and the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into it. So, hey, again, like how I was breaking down, man, they gonna bring all their first into us, man. Right? Like any given time, hey, you're like, hey, man, I want that. Hey, you or whatever the case may be, because we're gonna be in rulership, man. But nevertheless, we ain't gonna be like Esau, man. Be like, take all the damn grapes and shit, man. 'Cause we know we gotta probably feed them.
I want y'all.
I do too.
Thorns and thistles.
Nigga
We're gonna eat thorns and thistles.
they gonna be eating juniper roots.
Eat some.
But hey, have Christ, have us rule in that day. If you say we can have it all, then I'm taking it all. But hey, if you say we gotta leave them the crumbs at the tables and stuff, like, all right, you can have that, the juniper roots and stuff. But verse 25, and the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there shall be no night there. So even going into that, all the day long, man, 360 days a year, man, they gonna be bringing everything to us, man. They gonna be serving us with joyful and gladness of heart, right? And so on and so forth. But last precept, we're gonna get Deuteronomy 4 and 5, classic, man. Okay, cool.
Well, not matter if I get it right now.
Okay, go ahead.
We get a precept before we get there. One more thing we gotta remember. Go to Psalms 137. 7. One thing we can never forget, man.
Yeah. Well, you pulled it, man. I don't want y'all thinking that I'm getting a soft spot for these damn nations and stuff now.
Right.
I want everything too now. I'm saying, like, we know how Esau, how they is, man. That's what I meant by that. Nevertheless, hey, Christ, I can have all that. Okay, good. Yeah, I get nothing. But let's go ahead and get it.
Psalms 137.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 137 and verse 7. Remember,
Oh, right there. What did it say?
remember.
The title of this class, remember who you are. The Lord told him to remember this. He told you to remember what this is going into, right? Read.
Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
He said, remember the children of Edom. Don't forget about them damn Edomites. Guess what? Them little Edomite babies, the Edomite women, the old ladies, the old men. Remember all of them, man. Read.
And the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, raise it.
Guess what? When we're going through our captivity right now, guess what? You see all these people saying, raise it, raise it. Guess what? They broke. Okay, make them more broke. Guess what? They hungry, make them more hungry. Guess what? They ain't got enough bands and slaves on them and get them more, man. Guess what? Let's keep working them. He worked 12 hours this week, man. Make it 16 this week, man. 16 hours a day, man. Guess what? I don't even want him to take a nap. I want this job to be so far away that he works 16 hours, but by the time he get home, he got to come right back to me. Guess what? He said, raise it, right? Read.
Even to the foundation.
To the top, to the tippity top of what you think they can't stop raising it up. My God damn. Gas $3.69. Guess what? Raise it, man. $4.
Right.
Guess what? Raise it. $4.50, man. Guess what? They raising it, man. Come on now. Guess what? They make minimum wage go up. But guess what now? A damn pack of strawberries, $10. $10. You can't even eat right if you wanted to.
Right.
But they said raise it, even to the foundations thereof, right? Read.
O daughter of Babylon,
Read.
who art to be destroyed.
To what?
Who art to be destroyed.
He said, remember what they done did to y'all, man. All of these years, what they did to your fathers, did to your mothers, did to y'all, man. Guess what it's going to do to y'all future children, man? Guess what? What I know us, if we last in this kingdom long enough, they're going to try to get my damn son, man. We got to remember these things, right? It said, who ought to be destroyed, man, they got to get it. Read.
Happy shall he be.
Read that again.
Happy shall he be.
Guess what? We ain't going to be sad about this thing, man. I know I'm going to be happy when I get to whoop one of them, man. Even if I don't get to whoop them, man, I just want to be there to see that thing, man. Guess what? To see all the stuff that we prayed on, things that we fasted for, that we repented from, so that we can see the Mashiach destroy these people, man. Guess what? I don't even gotta have no slaves in the kingdom. I'm gonna be happy if I do. But if I'm scrubbing the wall or something, I'm cleaning the mirror, and I just look out my window or something, and I see Esau getting whooped to death, and I see Elam over there. Guess what? Walking backwards on damn hands and knees, eating grass or something. Guess what? I'm gonna be happy about that thing, man. Because guess what? I remember all the things that they did to us, man, from the beginning, right? Because he always told us to remember Edom. If it wasn't Edom, it was Amalek, man. He always tell you to remember these people, man. Read on, now.
They rewarded thee as thou served us.
Guess what? How they did to us? Guess what? We got to give it back to them happily. Because they was happy when they put us in slavery. They was happy when they kept us knowing we was just niggas. They happy to keep us in Christianity and keep us in all these damn households, right? They love to keep the woman Guess what? The head of the household keep the man out the house. They love keeping you niggas in jail. They love all of these things, man. They love it. Guess what? That's their American pride, man. So how they do it to us, we're gonna have Israelite pride in that thing when we do it to them, man. Read on now.
Happy shall he be.
Read that again.
Happy shall he be.
Not only he was happy right then, man, he happy right now too. Read.
That take it and dash it like little ones against the stones.
Guess what? Kind of grab little Molly. Well, not Molly. I'm gonna say Becky, man. Kind of grab Becky by the hair a little bit, twisted up the little thin noodle hair, and just kind of just kind of grunk her ass and throw on the floor, man. But the Lord said, happy, man. Because we gotta be happy in this thing, man. It's the feast of dedication. We rededicating our temple, and it's something we gotta rededicate it with, man. Remembering the works of Edom, man. Because guess what? You want you to remember who you are, who you need to be, but at the same time, he said, hey, remember your adversaries too. Because guess what? What you remembering them is gonna make you push this truth water too. Right? I'm like, damn, I want to make sure I keep the commandments. I want to whoop your ass one day. That's how we gotta be, man. I'll be mad like he mud at Esau, but then I'll be like, that's all right. I'm gonna keep these commandments. When Christ come back, I'm gonna make sure he get your ass. I'm gonna make sure I write your name down. I'm gonna get you, Laura. I got you. But that's how the Lord told you to do, man. That's one thing we can never forget, man. That's it. I'll go ahead.
Like Smokey said, that's all right. Be neat. But when Christ come back, I'll be talking again.
Yeah.
We're gonna be talking. Hey, Christ gonna be, slain, and we just gonna be right behind. Ooh, you see, I need. It's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. Right. This was gonna be my last precept, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it. 2 Ezra 6 and 9 before I get the last precept. Because there's something else we gotta remember, man.
The book of 2 Esdras, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
Well, you start at verse 8.
2 Esdras, chapter 6, verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world.
For Esau is what?
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed.
Because hey, we know that even in verse 8, like when it said Jacob held, Esau's heel, we know that's Genesis 3 and 15, man. Because hey, what did that signify? Who got next?
We got next.
Who got next?
We got next.
Hey man, thus said the Lord, man. So even like how people, a lot of our people can't handle that though, man. They don't want to see the destruction of our enemies, man. But hey, we got to see both of them things. We got to accept both of them things.
The Lord said you got to. Hey, it's literally, the Lord literally told you that, man. Watch it. I just got to get it. Got to. Go to Wisdom of Solomon real quick. Chapter 16. No, chapter 18. My bad. 18 and 7.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18.
Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 7. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
So of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous.
Guess what? It said of thy people, of the children of Israel. You got to accept the salvation of the righteous, the people who keep the law, statute, commandments. You got to accept that, man. Guess what? If you wicked, you got to accept that. Guess what? The Israelites are going to make it. If you TD Jakes, you got to accept the Israelites are going to make it, man. If you Ricky Rush, you got to accept that the Israelites going to make it, right? And what else?
And destruction of the enemies.
And who?
And destruction of the enemies.
Of Esau.
Of the enemies.
Of Elam.
Of the enemies.
Of Ham.
The enemies.
Of Japheth.
The enemies.
Guess what? Who else? Moab.
The enemies.
Ammon.
The enemies.
Oh, y'all got to get it, man. You got to accept both of these things. You got to accept that the Israelites going to be saved, and you got to accept that the heathen going to get destroyed, man. The Lord literally told you these things, man. Guess what? Why wouldn't you want to accept both of these things? Like even how we read in Psalms 137 and 7. He said, remember these things. So guess what? You got to remember it, and you got to accept that thing, man. That's precept on precept all day, man. That's it.
This is going to be the last precept. Read this time. Deuteronomy 4 and 5, man. The classic. The law. Not the law, but the law.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes.
what?
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments,
Uh-huh.
even as the Lord my God commanded me, that you shall do so in the land whither you go to possess it.
So, the Most High God say, I taught you statutes and judgments, and commanded you that you should do so in the land where whether we go to possess, man. But go ahead.
Verse 6, keep therefore and do them. For this is your wisdom.
For what?
For this is your wisdom.
So, we got to keep these commandments, man, because this is our wisdom, man. Read on.
And your understanding in the sight of the nations.
And the what?
And your understanding in the sight of the nations.
Because, even going back, how, the nations, they're going to be wanting to, serve us with joyful and gladness of heart, because they see this wisdom on us, man. Because they know we going to know how to actually properly rule these people. It ain't going to be no better, but it is what it is. But go ahead.
We shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great who hath God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things?
Because, what other nation can you name that's better than us, man, or has the only true and living God, man? We the only ones that got that God, man. We the only ones that got the law, statutes, and commandments. But go ahead.
That we call upon him for. And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I have set before you this day? Verse 9, only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligent.
Do what?
And keep thy soul diligent.
And remember, we got to keep our soul diligent, man. We got to keep on enduring, man. Keep these commandments at all costs, man. Even if it's at the cost of your life, just know, the dead in Christ shall rise first, man.
Amen. Even if it costs rededicating your temple,
right?
Guess what? Even if it costs repenting from the things that you did, right? The Lord gave us the Day of Atonement. Guess what? To atone for the things that you did in the past 6 months. Now He's giving you the Feast of Dedication to rededicate your temple to Him. Guess what? If you messed up between that time, man. Guess what? I keep bringing up the Feast of Dedication because guess what? That's what we in, man. That's why the Lord told you, man, keep your soul diligently, man. If it take you keep rededicating your temple each and every day, then do it. Paul said he died daily. Guess what? He rededicated his temple daily, man. And that's what we got to do, man.
That's exactly what it takes. It takes dedication to do that, man.
It take it.
Sometimes it get hard, but we know who we got, man. As our strength, man. That's right. That's the only person that keep us, going here. Because otherwise, we'd all lost our shit by then, man. Right. But we got a guy, man. He's gonna always, it's gonna be there for us. But go ahead.
Verse 9 from the top. Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen.
Lest thou what?
Lest thou forget. Lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen.
Something else, because we didn't see Christ walk the earth. We didn't see them walk out of Egypt. But if we still living and we endure that wilderness or whatnot, and we see all the destruction of our enemies and so on and so forth, we're gonna see all these things, man. Because again, we know that Israel requires a sign. We living on faith right now, and even within that, it says, don't forget. They said, lest thou forget. But we know the past say, remember. Go ahead.
And lest they depart from thy hearts all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons.
Most of God want us to teach our sons and our sons' sons, throughout our generation. That's right. I say shalom, man. Man, I hope the class is edifying, man. Hope y'all got up on y'all precept game. Don't end it yet. I hope y'all got up on y'all precept game, man. Hope to see the rest of the congregation tomorrow. Because y'all you gonna be doing the teaching. I'll praise for them prayers that y'all threw in for. I feeling a whole lot better, man. I don't know if he got the stomach virus, or he ate too much, where the case may be, man. But nevertheless, the Most High God, he brought through that. But I know at the end of every class, they always talk about the GoFundMe and the arms and stuff. That's still being greatly used for the congregation as well for the nation, man, or for the kingdom. Because we always got to lay up our treasures for the kingdom, man. Because forget this world, man. This stuff is temporary, man. But that kingdom, it's everlasting, man. Right. So every thing that you give, to the moms, man, is greatly appreciated, man. But at the end of every class, we bring out Deuteronomy. I said Deuteronomy. We bring out a law, you know, because hey, we are the lawgivers.
Bring out Deuteronomy. It is the law.
Hey, that is the law. It is gonna be a precept of Deuteronomy, that law. But you know, we the lawgivers or whatnot, so hey, we gotta always, you know, meditate on it, man. Cause hey, like Officer Barry always bring it up, man. Hey, we gotta, you know, start focusing on that law, man. We gotta get back to our heritage because that's where it starts at. But today's law, or tonight's law, should I say, is Deuteronomy 32 and verse 7.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old. Remember the days of old.
Hey, first goddamn weird, like, but he said, remember the days of old. But go ahead.
Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show you.
So hey, ask your father, man. Hey, he gonna show you. But go ahead.
Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
And they will what?
Thy elders, and they will tell
So,
thee.
hey, even the elders, man. Because like even going into like the aspect of how we got brothers that's been in this mud for 20, 15, 10, 5 years or whatnot. Hey, don't be consider your elders if you just now coming to the truth. Or like even some of you got your, you know, your daddies has been in this mud a little longer than you have, that you've been around or whatnot. But hey, nevertheless, they're gonna show you, and they you know, the elders are gonna tell you, man, right, what's required of the Most High God, man. But with that, I say shalom.
Shabbat shalom, man. Happy feast of dedication.
Feast of dedication.